Hey, Sister Wives family, it's Cammie. Welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe if you get a chance. And without further ado, we're starting on Sister Wives, episode 1 of season 20. This is a very jumpy episode. I felt like it jumped from person to person to person. I felt like they would ask Cody, out of the blue, what do you think of speed dating? And he just kind of look at you and go, well, I don't think I'd want to do it. Like it was just like, and it seemed like it was a little disjointed. Like they were trying to get everybody's opinion on what was going on in each other's lives. And it was just a little, it was just it didn't quite work. And it was just real jumpy. It wasn't like they were all sitting together having a conversation and they were kind of trying to make it that way. The introduction was nice, the recap, whatever you call it. Then it starts with them in Flagstaff, and Cody's getting the kids ready for school. And it was odd. He just uses text messages to communicate with Christine. He doesn't talk to Janelle. He doesn't talk to Mary, and he doesn't blame her. He doesn't blame Mary. Christine loves David, according to Cody, which we all agree with. Anyway, that was Cody's thing. And Christine loves David, and her and David talk about Garrison's passing, which was nice. It was nice. It was just, he really, in the year that they were married, they've been married a year or whatever, a lot of things have happened. And Garrison's, that's something to go through with somebody. Mary's been a year and a half at the B&B in Parowan, and she's looking for a man. Coyote Pass is still annoying. Cody says that they need to clean up Coyote Pass, and Janelle says it's not her stuff. And she says it, and, she's very believable. She's like, oh, it's not my junk. Janelle is taking classes. She's trying to meet people. She's realistic about Cody not being very cooperative, and she's considering a spiritual divorce. She's making cinnamon rolls, and she talks about struggling with Garrison's death. Basically, she, lightly talks about it. Maddie is a thinker, and she's talking about Garrison's death, and she's trying to think her way out of it, out of the feelings, and then she's crying, and it is very sad. Now, what's funny is Cody's very compartmentalized. He would love healing, but there's no accountability. So he never really, I don't think he processes through any of his emotions. He just goes headlong into the next relationship. So Mary says they're civil to each other. Christine heal in a different way. And Maddie says that Cody doesn't know how to show up. So, she's very blunt. She's likable, though. Cody's worried that he's diminished in Robin's eyes because of all these divorces, and then he's, a failure in polygamy. And he is a failure on whether or not Robin can get past that, And I mean, it's like, we've been talking about this for a few years. Isn't she past it yet? But when it's your religion and you were raised that the only way you're getting to heaven is with multiple wives, then, she's probably wondering if she made the right decision marrying him. Mary is going to do speed dating, and Mary and Jen are joking around, and Mary's having fun, and she looks happy and excited, and so that's really nice. Christine thinks it's too stressful to do speed dating, and Janelle says that she wants to meet someone organically. And that's what I mean. Like, it just jumped to everybody's opinion, and Cody's like, I don't know, I wouldn't do speed dating. So, it was just a little jumpy. Mary wants a tall guy with kind eyes. And Robin finally speaks, and she wants him to talk to his kids. And again, she can use the phone too, and I'm sure that she could call up a bunch of them and just talk to them, and they would talk to her. I'm sure a lot of the girls would talk to her. Even if they're, you know, a little resentful towards her, they could still talk to her. Oh, okay. So then, like, so they're getting, Cody, for some reason, is getting the kids ready for school. And it's just not normal. It's odd. It's very odd. He's brushing Solomon's hair, and Solomon's like 12 years old. I mean, he is short. I mean, he'll go through a growth spurt. And my one son, he didn't grow until he was like 17 or 18. So, I mean, like, Solomon, it's coming. Just trust that someday you'll be tall. Anyway, you know, it's like, why isn't he making cereal for them? Like, why isn't he, like, getting them, saying you got your books together, you got all your assignments done, you did, you know, being like a normal parent, but he's not. He's working on his hair like he's a beautician. And it's just bizarre. It's bizarre. And then Ariella's not there, right? She's in bed. So I guess he takes Solomon to school, then he takes Ariella to school. And, okay, well, it's still odd, you know. I don't know. And Ariella yells or something. And it's because there's all these cameras around her. I'm sure that's why. I was just like, leave me alone. But anyway, so the vitamins come out. And they didn't choose this. You get to hear that over and over again. They did not choose this. But you know what? Your actions have a consequence. And this is the consequence of the choices you made. You know? So, and sometimes things are inevitable. If Cody doesn't like Mary, he doesn't like Christine, he doesn't like Janelle, they're going to figure it out. And they're going to not want to be in a relationship with him. So, I mean, hey, you did choose this. You did. You just maybe didn't pull the trigger. So then it shows, oh, that's the other thing that's funny. It's so then Cody's, you know, I don't know what he's doing, getting the kids ready, and Robin's like looking in drawers. And it doesn't say, like, I can't find, you know, I can't find the highlighter that the kid needs for school today. I can't find, you know, the rubber band to, you know, do Ariella's hair. There's nothing like that. She's just kind of going through junk drawers. It's just funny. It's just kind of, okay, yeah, can't you help get the kids ready? Or, you know, no, I got to look through this junk drawer. And then it shows Cody riding off with in the convertible Mercedes with the top down. Okay. There's pictures of Ariella the first day of 3rd grade, and Cody takes her to school then. And Robin states that her family's pressing her to live polygamy. And it's kind of like, well, do you believe her or don't you? I don't know. I don't know that her whole family lives polygamy. I don't think a lot of them live polygamy. She wasn't a polygamist before with her first husband. She seems to forget that. She seems to forget that whole marriage. But that's okay. It's none of my business. Janelle. Back to Janelle. Jumping back to Janelle. Lots of family there in Marathon. And she really loved engaging with the kids. And then Maddie is training for a marathon, and David said, I'll race you, and then he's a pretty good runner. So then Christine said, then Janelle said something snarky about, he reminds me of Cody, and which is not a compliment. You know. But maybe she just meant it that he's loud, you know, like Cody's loud. I don't know. Although David doesn't seem that loud. But Christine said she just likes confident people, and he's confident, and she prefers someone who's confident. So, but she didn't seem to care. North Carolina is beautiful. There's lots of trees and there's houses and chickens, and the farm area has to be cleared, and where the flower farm's going to go, and they're going to name this Bob Boulevard after Garrison because his first name was Robert. And they have a quiet garden, and it's so lovely. And I mean, it's just it's a very sweet tribute to Garrison. And then back to Mary and Salt Lake City speed dating. And Jen is very supportive, and they practice speed dating in the car, and it's very silly. And she said, she goes, your name is Mary? And Mary goes, yeah. She goes, you spell it kind of funny. And Mary goes, well, what's your name? She said, Bob, but I spell it B-O-O-B. I mean, they're just so silly. And then they're both giggling, you know. So yeah, I mean, they're very funny together because I think they genuinely just like to be silly together. Polygamy came up, and honestly, there's no time on a speed date for that because Mary was worried that, and I mean, she's in Salt Lake City, for God's sakes. If somebody brings up polygamy, I'm sure they know somebody or related to somebody that knows somebody that was a polygamist. I mean, I have all the places that you can talk about polygamy to people, that would be the place. But anyways, and yeah, there's no time. But Jen's like, there's no time for that. No, they're just gonna say, hey, you know, what do you like to eat? And she's gonna say, I like, you know, Chinese. And they're gonna say, I don't like Chinese. You know, it's that kind of thing. So in North Carolina, Jill wants to make it like a meeting place, for a gathering place for people. And I think Christine's not interested in the wilderness, and she's just like, it's gonna take a lot of work before anybody's gonna come here. It does look like, you know, forest. I mean, I think it's very, very pretty, but I'm not from out west, so, you know, to each his own. Isabel also said it's gonna take a lot of work, and it's gonna take a lot of physical work. That they do cheers, they pop the cork in Garrison's memory. And back to Cody and Robin, and they're having dinner at the Brie or Bricks or something, and they're kind of gross. They have a knife and a fork, and Robin's so shy. And again, with plural marriage and the struggle she's having, and I mean, I'm not saying she's not having a struggle with it, because like I said, if it is her religion, which they do not practice, they don't practice it. They're not around any polygamists. They don't have any, you know, whatever ties they have to polygamy are in another state, you know, and they don't go to church, and they don't belong to a church, and they're not in the church. I mean, like, as far as I know, that's where they're at. Maybe she thinks if they become polygamists again, they can get back in the church. Maybe that's what she wants. They're not real forthcoming. Everything seems quite rehearsed and low key. I mean, Cody's not low key, but Robin's low key. And it's just like she has a mask on and he has a mask on. That's what it's like. It's like a loop. It's like a loop with them with their mask. And it's not interesting. It's not. But like I said, they were gross at the table. And so then he goes on, I don't know, you know, his exes are just awful, and, you know, he would only get another wife for sex, you know, and he just says it, and she goes, oh, you're a pig, you know, and it was just like, oh, that's gross. That's a gross thing to say. You know, before, when he did it, it was because he had a calling, supposedly. It was his religion and stuff, and now it's just for sex. I mean, wow, that's like, is there anything spiritual about you? I mean, I know you guys pray a lot, but wow, that's like really candid. So what is their relationship with Cody and her? Is he bored? He was used to having 4 women. You know, is he bored with her? I don't know. Is he not getting enough? I don't know. It just was weird. And then Robin's laughing, so it doesn't seem so serious. But I think it is serious. I think what he said was serious. He calls them sister witches. And I actually saw Janelle with a t-shirt that said sister witch. I think that's funny. I would buy one of those. I don't know. I guess somebody, I don't know if it was Christine, said that's how he gets his confidence, by calling people names. His emotions are really extreme, and he's chaotic in this episode. Sounds good. And it's hard to say, I'm done with plural marriage. But it sure sounds like it to me, you know. Back to Mary. Speed dating. Just say yes to the experience is what she said. And she wants to experience everything that she can. And all this time she was waiting on Cody, and she's just not, she doesn't want to do that anymore. She wants action, I guess. And then it goes into next week's preview, which is, you know, no big deal. So I guess the main thing I would say about this episode, it was fine. It was jumpy. It's just that, Robin wants 100% guarantee that if they got another sister wife, it would work out. And it's just like, well, that doesn't even make sense, you know? That does not even make sense. There's no guarantee in life. You're taking a risk, and anytime you marry somebody, there is that risk. Even after 30 years, they can just up and leave, you know? That's just the risk you take. So, and Robin doesn't want to take any risks. So then she's not going to get to heaven, I guess. Oh, well. So that's episode 1. And thanks for joining. Like I said, if you want to like or subscribe, go for it. Okay, bye.